Hi everyone, now I'm going to be tying this fly here. Now basically it's just a hopper pattern. It's a long hackled version, meaning you want a longish hackle on this fly, because I mainly fish this as a dry, though it can be fished easily as a wet fly as well. It's just a great weave pattern, it's a great style, and you need to use up the long hackles, which we have plenty of, like, to be honest with you. And this is a great fly. This is a pattern I was catching on recently in Loch Doon. So what I'm going to do is tie it so you can, well, I've got the hook and the vise. Now the hook, any medium wire, if depends, you could obviously want it to be a dry fly, you need to be a sort of medium or a light wired hook. And this one's from Fully Mill. This one's all-purpose medium, and this is a size 12. 12, 14s are good, even 10s, any size really, whatever you want to tie. Thread I'm going to be using is the Olive Dun Uni in 8/0. I'm just going to run the wax through it to get it started. It's always important that you get the wax on it just to give you the grip. So we start at the eye, come down, basically 3 or 4 mil, and then on the way down I'm going to tie in a flat, this is a small gold tinsel, and basically it gives it the colour obviously and protects the body. Now you could use wire, you could use maybe even an oval tinsel. Now you want to run it down to in line with the barb of the hook. Now I've got some seal's fur here. Now this is dyed what I call flame. Now if you haven't, obviously to get this colour, what you can do is mix or blend. You can sort of 50-50 red and hot orange will give you flame. Or what I've done here is I've dyed it hot orange and then I've added in a tiny bit of red. Just to darken it and warm it up a wee bit. So this is for the tag. So we just lightly dab it on. It's a good aiming point, especially for the wild brownies, they really like it. So slide it up and then just come up about maybe 3 mil or so, and then come back through. I'm just slightly tightening it up doing this and then coming back up. This will thicken it up a bit and then keep it quite loose at a point where you want some fibres coming away. I'm going to velcro it anyway, so, and this all helps to float the fly. I've got a medium olive, and again seal's fur. Just going to lightly dab it on. Now you can change this olive, you can change the colour to suit yourself. It could be a pure red at the back. It could be a different colour of green, you want like an insect green, or even a light olive, golden olive, they all work. And good colours. It's a good style of fly, and you can see it's rough. Now the rib is going to partly tidy this up, so do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just coming through the dubbing there, and then catch it in nice and tight. You can bend or break it off or cut it away, and then again just what I'm going to do is rough it up even more. Just get some velcro, bring out some of the seal's fur, and then roll it back. If you want it thinner, then you can obviously keep it tighter. It's obviously worth having, but I like this rough and ready. It basically sits on the surface far better. If you want it to dry, if you want it to sit up high anyway. The legs, I've got pre-knotted pheasant tail legs, so looking for 6. Just bring them straight out from the stem of the feather. There's one there that's broken. Let's try the other side. There we are. That one, that's fine. Just count them here. Once you've got 6, tear them off, and then you want 3 either side of the body. You could basically tie them in at the top if you want, and then split them. I usually like to come underneath slightly, hold them, use the shank to separate them. You want them always towards the back of the hook. Come round a couple of turns, and then once you're happy you can check just to see how they're sitting. That's fine. And then trim away the waste. a nice piece of thread down for your hackle. You want a good 2 to 3 mil area to tie in or to wind your hackle. Now I'm using just a cheap, this is an Indian neck. It's a furnace, you can see it, you can see the black centre. And I'm using up the larger hackles. You want sort of a decent length. There we are, so take away basically the fluff at the base here. Again, wax your thread, make sure it's not going to slip out. As I say, you can see the room I'm giving, and I've got plenty of room here to tie the hackle on. I'm going to fold the hackle, so I'm just going to hackle pliers in, draw it. I usually just put my fingers either side, I'm not even touching the hackle, and I pull the feather through my fingers and down like that, and you can see how it folds the hackle. And then you just basically, you do one turn in front of the other, winding down, nice and tight. Just stroking back the feather. I mean, it's going to go straight up and down at this point. And don't be shy, put plenty in there, plenty of turns. That's fine. And then catch it on with 2 or 3 turns. I'm right up at the eye here. I'm just going to draw it back, fold the hackle back, just form a nice wee head. You can then keep the thread tight, break that off. And then I'm going to whip finish. Always keeping the thread tight. Just do all this. Basically, I don't really let the thread go, so the thread's always tight. Now you can see it's rough, it's long. The hackle fibres are reaching the back of the hook. So when you cast this, what happens? It sits up. It basically lifts the wing or the hackle up like this, and it'll give a great impression on the surface. And that dimple that it gives is what the fish see, and they naturally come onto it. It's really good. Now to give it a better shape, I'm just going to blow dry it, or hit it with the dryer, just to show you what it's going to look once it starts to fish. All I'm doing here is lifting the fibre, adding heat, which gives it a nice shape. Just get a second. There you go. That's the way I like it to look. And when you put your floating on it, it'll sit up, or even if you want to drown the fly or pull it, it'll go below the surface and works as a good wet fly as well. So brown trout love these flies, or this style. You want black, claret, fiery brown, dark brown, all the colours, olives, all these work. They give them great impression of quite a few flies. Make sure the eye's clean, and there we are. And that there is the green Peter hopper, but with this long hackle style, which instead of that wee short dumpy hackle, this has got the long one. As you see, the hackle fibre is towards the end of the body to the back of the hook. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that. And again, thanks for watching. Until next time.